Hello and welcome to Accounts Central Services. Today I just wanted to go over the use of planned dates in your accounts payable module in Xero just to help you improve the efficiency of accounts payable. So I'll just share my screen. So some of the benefits of doing this, it'll help you improve your cash flow management. It's easy to forecast your upcoming payments. I'll show you that shortly. It avoids late payments to suppliers, which may also reduce any overdue interest or overdue late payment fees. You can maximize your supplier payment terms. For example, some suppliers may offer a discount if you are paying your invoices on time or early. It improves your vendor relationships, keeps your suppliers happy, and they'll be happy to continue to supply you. If you're a part of a larger team, it improves visibility across the workforce. So perhaps a finance manager or one of the directors can just go into accounts payable and see what batches of payments are upcoming without having to communicate with other team members. It supports accurate reporting. So again, if you want to do a cash flow of upcoming financial commitments, you can quite easily access those totals either visually on the dashboard or in a report format, and just overall increases efficiency. So the way I recommend doing it is after you've done your accounts payable purchasing for the day, week, whatever period you're doing. I always recommending doing this type of work in batches. So do all your data entry first and then go into awaiting payments. This is in Xero. Other platforms would have something similar. If you just sort by planned date, that will give you all the invoices that don't have a planned date up the top. In this demonstration file, I've got some fictitious companies here with their due dates. So the easiest way is to turn the filter on, put the due date as the filter type, and then just work from today backwards. And what that does is it'll put all the bills that are due today or earlier up the top. So you might want to do a payment run today on the 18th, and then just scroll down until you can see no more. There's one more there. The credits, you can allocate those the same. So when they come up in a batch, I'll show you that shortly. So say the next payment date is the 25th of August, because we do our payment batches weekly, in this case on a Tuesday. So all the invoices that are due on the 25th or earlier, we're just going to tag them off on the left-hand side in the boxes there. And then select the planned date here. So in Xero, you can do it one by one within the line item, or you can tick them off there and then add a planned date there. We're going to select the 25th. They will all get dated to the 25th, as you can see, and they've all fallen to the bottom, and it's only leaving the unplanned items up the top. Just be careful within Xero if you do select items like that, it doesn't untick. So if anyone from Xero is watching, I think that would be a good feature when you allocate a planned date, that after it's been allocated, that gets unticked. And then let's just work through the rest of the file. We know that the next batch is on the 1st of September. These invoices are due at the end of August. They're going to miss that day, so we'd pop those into the 25th of August. And then just remembering to unselect in Xero all these ones here, all the way down to the bottom are all 31sts. So we're going to pay those early. That's because in this business, we only do a weekly payment run on a Tuesday. But if you have daily payment runs, then you could schedule those for the 31st of August or the 30th if you want to do it one day earlier. So I'm going to put those into that batch and then continue on. There's only a couple more dates now. The 8th. Okay, we've only got one, it looks like. 8th of September. And then the next due date. Sorry, that was an error on the 8th. That should have gone in the previous because it's before the due date. So we're going to put that in the first batch. So it's quite easy to change. If you just click into the batch, you can see which bills are planned. I'm going to turn that filter off, the starting filter, and we're going to go to the 15th now. Okay, there's nothing coming up until the 15th. Okay, 22nd. Let's reset this filter. 15th. Okay, so we've only got these credits here. What we'll do is we'll just see when these suppliers are due for payment, and we're going to tag that. There's not an actual line button to tag it a planned date for credits to be taken up, but you can select off to the side and give it a date, 25th of August, the same as the day we're going to pay. The workaround here is to allocate your credits as you go. Some people prefer to do that. I prefer not to, just because when you're doing supplier reconciliations, it's if the credits are allocated, it can make it more time consuming to see what's allocated and what's not. So these credits we're going to allocate to the 25th of August. And what else have we got? Green. That's an old one. Ever Peak. That's the 25th. And then we've got Apex. Okay, and we're going to put that in with the 25th batch. And I think that's pretty much all our credits done except for these two, but there's no accounts payable invoice at the moment. So those ones will sit there until a supplier comes in. Okay, so now we'll change the date. We're nearly done. 22nd of August is our next payment date. There's no new invoices. Sorry, September. And 29th of September. There's some due on the 25th, so we'll put them in the preceding payment run. So just selecting all those. And we're going to put that into, if it's due on the 25th, then, okay, that falls on the Tuesday. So yes, we'll pay that on its due date. And then the last one is the end of the month. And all these 30th of September ones we are going to put on the 29th. Okay, so they're all getting tagged. I'm going to add September 29th, which is the day before the 30th. So that works out nicely. And then if I turn my filter off now, they're only invoices / credits that are unallocated are these two. And that's because they don't have a corresponding invoice to apply to. As you can tell from the date, they are quite old, so they're probably suppliers we're not using anymore. Okay, and so now with these, you can see that on the 18th of August, we've got $1,700 to pay. 25th of August, there's 216,000 to pay. 1st of September, 2,700 to pay, 29th of September, 102,000. And that is visible to all users that have accounts payable privileges. Alternatively, you can pull that up in a report if you go to reports and then go to the payable section. Aging. Sorry, we will go to a different one. We're going to go to payable invoice detail. And then you can do it by planned date. So if you're looking at what bills have we got to pay today, you can put the date range in and then get that same total with a bit more detail there. Or you can pull out a larger range, say this month, what bills have we got to pay that have been tagged for payment, and then you'll get a total that way. If you turn on more, you'll get the total for the month. And then if you do a larger range, say this financial year, what you can do is group by, you could probably do summarize by plan date and then just get a list of the payment dates and and how much you expect to pay on each of those days, which would be quite handy for like a finance manager. He or she's not really interested in the minutiae of each bill, and they may be able to, they may be interested if the total's larger than normal. They might be able to drill down into that and have a look, but ultimately they're probably just interested in the gross amount of funds that are going to be paid out. So hopefully that's helped with your accounts payable processing. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel.